OBS! OBS, Internet, KBS, why you do a stinky? Why? I am back, welcome. You think. Alright. I was reading. Lacked the proper atmospheric protection, completely wiped out by a prolonged solar storm. Minimal contact, fight for themselves instead of supporting the whole project. Decentralization creates an efficient outcast structure, allowing the small outback settlements to support each other through more responsive localized systems. Yeah, let's do that. I can afford it. Most animal life developed under the heavy ice crust of Boyajian Prime. Developed under the heavy ice crust to survive the regular comet impacts. Okay. The Car begin to make the Boyajian star system their home. And the marked have reached a new age. The Iron Age. Empires and trading states rise to power in the Iron Age. The metalworking ocean marked forge tools and develop the skills needed to create simple machinery. While expanding theological discourse could provide them with a sense of purpose and a moral compass, organized religion also has the potential to bring about great atrocities. For here now is the age of iron. Never by daytime will there be an end to hard work and pain, nor in the night to weariness when the gods will send anxieties to trouble us. Hesiod, Greek poet, 8th century BCE. Power! In epic dynasty wars, ocean-marked iterate siege weaponry against the well-fortified castles of their foes. The marked produced mighty blades by mining and smelting resources from deep within Virgo, and new construction techniques accelerate their city building. Monks transcribe knowledge in books that scholars are eager to get their hands on. As ever, Markidity looks to the heavens for guidance. Absolute power! The wise folk of the ocean marked were revered for their ability to tap into the spirit realm as they tattooed gods, beasts, and stars on their people. The symbols revealed an individual's true nature, as well as strengthening cultural memory with ancestral sagas. Can now increase the size of their islands and access more regions on Virgo. To harvest biomass. Once powerful domain falls. Okay. Resources are looking grim for the new colonies. Fringe colonists establish a new faction. Car in the Boyajian star system mourn the death of a beloved leader. Does our home in the Gliese system still exist? It does. Development event. Enlightenment. On an unusually warm day by Boyajian Prime standards, a group of curious fringe colonists come across a stunning wild flower, or is it a fungus, that practically beckons them to eat it. Nervously they do so, and are blasted with profound dreams and impressions seeming to reveal the true nature of existence. Eager to share this transcendental experience with other Car, the mind-blown scouts gather all the mystical mushrooms they can find and hurry back to base. Yeah, the rise of psychedelia. I don't think we should leave our human soul behind. Somehow we have to internalize the entirety of the biological world if we are going to become a spacefaring species. Otherwise, we are going to get out there and discover that something vital was left behind. Terence McKenna, American ethnobotanist and mystic, 20th century CE. Monch Shroom. The Car are so afraid of probing the unconscious depths of their souls that they avoid the high doses necessary to penetrate a new threshold of understanding. Instead, they barely scratch the surface. Not everyone is receptive to it, but fungus ingesting Car ignite the mind's latent motivation to create, resulting in astounding new art forms that inspire spiritual growth across the outcast colony. All fringe colonists embrace the mushroom as it opens their minds to compassionate self-reflection, advanced space-time pattern recognition, and the deep connection between the individual and every other node in the cosmos. Yeah, the Car's committed many car crimes. Man, it's a dead even 60 synthesis. Let's definitely harvest the mushrooms, but maybe not go too gung-ho into it. It was the mushroom eaters among the Car who courageously ventured into untold dimensions of the soul and brought forth the inner wisdom to elevate their people. Shamanic visions and songs steered the outcast colony onto a path that nature intended. Progress with purpose and beauty. Can we build a thriving civilization here in the Boyajian star system? If the resources will allow it, someday we'll receive a signal from our companions in the Gliza. French colonists establish a new faction. Peace. Colonies are settled peacefully. Beloved leader's death. Someday, our prince will return from the war. Leader rises to power. The Wandorians have reached the solar age. Space cousins are excelling as intended. I think we read all of this. Yeah. Look at them! Look at them, we're proper space froggos. Yes, I am happy. Orbital Space Labs developed tech to allow Wandor to expand even further into the cosmos. Techniques are developed to allow terraforming. They're doing pretty good for resources and population. And then, like, power grabs are not really their style, so. On to wisdom. Car clouds? Gliza is building spaceships again. Most manual labor in the Gliza system is done by androids, supervised remotely by Car. To make these tasks more engaging and fulfilling, administrative artificial intelligences structure the work into playful challenges. The gamified workers start broadcasting their elaborate construction projects to a captivated audience. With the cooperation of a self-replicating extractor and multiple AI clusters, they try to accomplish the unprecedented quest of constructing a starship live, together with their audience. I could watch 87-2D philosophizing about impulse drive calibration all day. Copy 11.7e of Koro-chan. Dorlaw Sim Dweller. Simulation Tick 400.345. Deep Space Data Cloud P4. Space Froggos frogging in space. Yes. Eager spaceship construction streamers do not cooperate with each other and actively disrupt their remote co-workers in order to get higher engagement from their audience. The end result is a bizarre husk of space junk that would never survive interstellar space travel. The ambitious collaborative construction project runs for years. A dedicated car fan base dedicates resources and support to the entertaining spaceship builders. Eventually, they succeed in constructing a starship ready to travel to the Vex system, live on the quantum computer stream. An entire generation of car logs into the quantum computer networks to participate in gamified starship construction projects. Intelligence-assisted streamers compete for the most elegant starship design. After a gravitational reactor-powered swarm is constructed, the community votes to send them to the Vex system. Quantum computer tweeting! Yeah! Let's keep it a little conservative. The Carcraft ship was built remotely by gamified starship designers. For years, they streamed the construction progress live to the Gliese Systems quantum computer network. After completion, the streamers and their audience left in the ship for the Vex system. The craft ship begins its journey from Gliese to the Vex system. New Carcraft ship Fringe Captain is appointed. I am only just constantly thinking of Kraft mac and cheese, and I can't think of a suitable joke for the occasion. Also, hee hee funny number. Under the unification of love for mac and cheese, further utopia. Develop a new dialect for their native language. The outcast colony reaches singularity. The car create machines with the ability of recursive self-improvement. These constructs... I read this. The space sea is scattered by many fallen civilizations who planted their seeds across the stars, and those colonies triggered their own little intelligence explosion, only to be consumed by their own individual smatter swarms, summoned by their local tech singularity. Keelia of the Qual, immortal space scavenger, 54.459 after the Exodus, unknown location. Opposing priorities sets the AI of the colonial bases against each other, resulting in an escalating arms race. The colonists are in constant conflict, but name themselves after the one thing they have in common, their ancestral planet of Gliese Sea. Rapidly self-improving AI plans and implements Rapidly self-improving AI plans and implements dramatic improvements to the colonial bases throughout the Boyajian star system. As their culture matures, the Kark stop thinking of themselves as just a colony, but name their civilization after the first settlers to remember their roots. Sounds like someone's homesick. The dawning superior intelligence of AI guides the car to a more hopeful future. The AI that emerge are purely benevolent beings, and their social engineering efforts provide more meaningful lives for the great majority of Car. I think I'd rather go for sustainability. 'Cause... look at this. Look at this. We'd still have to contend with more growth, but look at this. That's sus. New technological era dawns, inspired by their early fringe colonists. The inhabitants of the Boyajian star system call themselves the settlers from now on. Sustainability. The settlers are now able to build large orbital bases with the help of their self-improving technology. Singularity technology enables the settlers to transform former useless materials of the star system into valuable resource. Dum-de-dum. We now need 3 more singularity societies. Yeah, more resources, please. Please! A polluted space region in the Boyajian star system is cleaned up by self-replicating machines that were constructed by the settlers. Meanwhile, on the Kraft mac and cheese ship, Enlightenment! Assembling scores of Car into one harmonic planned society where everyone works together has had remarkable effects on the ethics of the transporter dwellers. A shared fear of the unforgiving void on all sides of the transporter's hull unites them and impedes political infighting. There is no use in traveling to the moon and Mars if the distance between mind and mind remain ever growing. Mac and cheese is the one true truth! Preach. Abhijit Naskar, neuroscientist and author. The Space Cousins radio signal hasn't even reached Gliese yet. Okay. The sense of harmony is taken advantage of by officers keen to improve the ship's society. While some of the effects stick, the old ways are written off as over-optimistic propaganda. While simulation designers romanticize the tranquility of their society, ultimately a feeling of cynicism creeps in, and the outcast crew eventually abandons attempts at unity. The continued culture of shared responsibility has a permanent effect, shaping the Car on board into a tight collective. Let's go. Carpool! We got a carpool! Due to social experiments used to manage the workload on the transporter, the Car developed a culture that was focused on the good of the collective. All of their fear was projected onto the void of space that awaited them if they fought amongst themselves. 50% utopia! Let's go! New Car craft ship fringe captain is appointed. This journey may be the noblest Car endeavor of all time. And that might not even be a lie. Reach our destination safely? I mean, we're at a promising start. Reduce harm potential. Inspire the codification of peaceful first contact protocols. Ooh. We could do with a little bit of degrowth. Who were killed in a major gravitational reactor accident. From killing and stealing from each other, from environmental failure and regression, from Mad Max, and now they have made it here. Impressive! So true, bestie. Meanwhile, at the farm, a great war threatens Ross. A dominant religious faction from the Ocean Marked is claiming the right to invade a distant holy land. They gather many allies to challenge the alleged heathens who live in the divine country of Virgo. Armies of volunteer peasants and honor-bound knights, swelling with pious pride and bearing sacred symbols on their banners and armor, thus embark on a glorious pilgrimage. Bestie? I was replicating a meme. Did I come off too strong? I know we just met. Oops. No. Okay. Don't know memes. Okay. Honestly, I didn't know it either until Issy did the magic mind memory stuff. So it just kind of slipped out. I, or rather the Lord, beseech you as Christ's heralds to publish this everywhere and to purse all people of whatever rank, foot soldiers and knights, poor and rich, to carry aid promptly to those Christians and to destroy that vile race from the lands of our friends. Moreover, Christ commanded. Pope Urban II, 11th century CE. Don't know what meme was referenced. Oh, well. It's just saying, like, so true, bestie. That's about it. Okay. Holy Crusades! Holy people of different faiths meet in a great council and negotiate an end to the crusade with a universal doctrine of peaceful coexistence. Nah. After many years, the invaders are repelled and return home empty-handed. The long crusade costs many lives. The usage of well poisonings during this war will wipe out the entire ocean-marked population. Holy shit. And then the battles over the Holy Land never end. Many religious splinter factions emerge from fringes and reconquer the land from the previous crusaders. Destroys all ocean marked and their entire environment. Wow. Slaughter the infidels. They're not people. Definitely. Definitely. Oh, hey. If I do total war, I'll go back to the funny number. Should I do it? Should I do it, Lily Pals? For only the sake of the funny number. If the entire environment is destroyed, that implies that there will be no more life, sapient life in the Ross system. Also, I do love the idea of the child crusade of crawlers. Let's do it! Yeah! For the holy, funny number. This planet was once inhabited by a species called the crawlers. The ruins of a holy city of the crawler civilization can be found on Virgo. A religious crusade and its after effects led to the total extinction of their people. Minor planet is formed from ice and debris in the Ross system. Two major species on Virgo begin to interbreed. New plant species grows abundant on the surface of Virgo. So it didn't wipe out life entirely. Was I lied to? Damn, this radio signal. The car never made contact with other civilizations. Yet. Evan Chat killed by Scorpion Jesus. A freak mutation creates an unusual life form on the land region of Vexus. Someday we'll receive a signal from our companions in the Gliesa. Let's check up on the settlers. Settlers in the Boyajian star system mourn the death of a beloved leader. Meanwhile, in the clouds, the superliminal age. Breaking all previous theoretical boundaries, the car are now able to construct jump gates that allow faster than light travel. A radical new understanding of science and engineering open up a wealth of possibilities. Not only FTL travel, but also instant interplanetary communication, black hole harvesting, and antimatter creation. Where one people dies, the other thrives. We actually have a candidate for the mind of God. The mind of God, we believe, is cosmic music, the music of strings resonating through 11-dimensional hyperspace. That is the mind of God. Michio Kaku, American futurist. Okay, sorry, 3 more FTL societies for final tech. Powerful antimatter weapons are developed. It is now possible to create orbital battle stations that can vaporize an entire planet. Life mimics art. Energy conservation is a thing of the past, and car engineers can manufacture new materials at a molecular level, including food. The car achieve an intimate understanding of the fundamental laws of the universe. The mysteries of the cosmos begin to reveal themselves. Let's do that. The car can now build space habitats in deep space, connected to their home system by jump gates. That's not a moon, it's a space station. Correct. Superliminal age technology enables the car to harvest anomalies and antimatter adjacent to the Gliese system. Meanwhile, Space Frog cousins, knowledge. An enigmatic Wandorian research team achieves a breakthrough in artificial intelligence. Their robotic creations are imported to select colonies on Kepler-4. These sentient machines engage in complex problem-solving and gather enormous quantities of data. The embedding of academic synth models into Vaha colony was essential to the creation of autonomous one-state. At last we may wage war against decadent own planet. Governor Vaha, 507 generations after Gorgon, Gorgon planetary tyrant Epsilon Indi system. Okay, the Wandor learned the research robots were planted by a revolutionary cell and immediately deactivate them. The robots gradually integrate into Wandorian life, finding their unique place in Kepler-4's social ecosystem. The Wandor are fascinated by the research robots who quietly reshape the civilization of their creators. We can afford it! Let's go, cousins! From the moment of their arrival in the colonies, the research robots were objects of fascination for the Wandor. Over time, they willingly ceded control of Wandorian society to the bots. The intelligent machines staged a clandestine and bloodless takeover, and the Wandor uttered not a single protest. Money, 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 money! Oh, we're about to reach the next age. Entire generation of beloved science bots is decommissioned in the Kepler system in favor of more efficient models. Robocracies! And they reach the light speed age. Yeah, we read all the things. We can't afford wisdom because we splurged on robocracy. So let's just do good old practicality. The Wandor can now build extraplanetary cities throughout the Kepler system, colonizing even gas planets and stellar coronae. Lightspeed age technology, harvest from gas giants. Who doesn't love romance? Robot bromance, aka romance. Science. Okay. Man, this radio signal's taking forever to reach the car spheres. I suppose it makes sense, yeah, radio is crazy slow. Slow ride. Take it easy. Most dominant animal species on Vexus goes extinct. Knowledge. In a state-of-the-art hyperspace observatory on Gliese Sea, the car achieved new scientific insights. Meanwhile, reduction in the settler factions. Artificial intelligences start to employ compression methods to optimize the infrastructure of settler society in the Boyajian star system. Defragmentation of the layout of orbital bases could reduce the waste of ingress matter. Is it ironic that organic life forms used to compress their software to optimize the first digital systems, and later synthetic intelligences used similar methods to compress entire organic civilizations? The Spectrum Spiral Sentient Processing Cloud post-singularity 45.09943 Fomalhaut system. Fummelhout. The use of society compression is banned after some influential settlers got relocated to an unpleasant part of the star system. A culture clash breaks out between already defragmented factions and conservative, uncompressed counterparts. You can't afford compression intelligences restructure, relocate, and defragment the entire settler civilization within a few years. But resource is always good, especially with impending scarcity. Cultural shift in settler society about the usage of artificial intelligences to defragment the structure of their factions ran deep in the star system. Yeah, let's keep trying to farm for a bit more synthesis. Unless, you know, there's anything particularly beneficial. Like resources. Yoink. Inching closer to the next tech age. Meanwhile, on the craft ship, Injustice! A clique of cruel officers brought themselves into positions of power on the car craft ship and used their authority to torment the weakest of the outcast crew. Nobody gets killed, but daily life aboard the refitted transport will become horrible if this is allowed to continue. Everything I told you is a lie. This isn't happening to you for a reason. Well, one reason. I enjoy it. Ramsay Snow in Game of Thrones. Fantasy TV show. The damn bastard. The officers cannot risk being open about the cruel games they play with the outcast crew, but they manage to implement many hidden methods to torture and manipulate the unlucky ones aboard the Carcraft ship. The fringe captain joins the ranks of the torturers, and from now on their cruel games are no longer hidden. This becomes part of daily life aboard the Carcraft ship. And we can't afford prevention. The outcast crew threatens to revolt against the officers, and the French captain agrees to throw them out of the nearest airlock. No! Sag. Minimum dystopia, please. Cruel hidden torture methods were used in secret by the officers of the Carcraft ship against the weakest members of the refitted transporter's outcast crew. I gotta rebuild that utopia. Resources. Yes, that is crucial. A bit more degrowth. Settlers have reached superliminality. I hope we can reach the end game soon. Because it's getting a bit late. And I'm getting kinda tired. I know resources, but Stars, anomalies, and antimatter adjacent to the star system. The meta-analysts of the outcast colony inspire the settlers to live peacefully. A little bit of degrowth. That would be good. Meanwhile, in the car spheres, studying the meta. In recent years, large cool patches have begun to appear in the photosphere of Gliese. Over time, this reduces the star's energy output enough that car antimatter specialists grow concerned. Experts gather to discuss if this is a natural phenomenon or whether their own tampering might be to blame. The sun of the miasma, incandescent plasma, the sun's not simply made of gas, no, no, no. They might be giants. Why does the sun really shine? American pop band. Sunspots are very large and seem to be permanent. The car are forced to ramp up production of deep space harvesters to counter the loss of solar energy production. The car spheres restrict star siphoning and plasma manipulation operations near Gliese. The star slowly recovers. The issue turns out to be a temporary freak phenomenon, which vanishes as quickly as it appears. I don't want to spend all my synthesis, so a little bit of resource loss. The Kara were dismayed to find that their exploitation of Gliese was causing the star to begin developing massive sunspots. Restrictions on potentially harmful technologies solved the problem, but resulted in significant political unrest. Food is ready. Nice. You know, as well as getting kind of tired, I'm also incredibly hungry. I need snackies. I was tempted to get something right at the start of stream because I'm so hungry. But then I got swept up in the helium game. Influential conductor uses instant communication to broadcast speeches from far beyond Gliese. In the Gliese system, a major sphere falls. Yada yada yada. Aliens are fun, but food is important. I know, but aliens. I like the space friends and the space cousins. Speaking of which, why don't we go check on them? Space cars are fun. Remarkable robotic scientist is widely circulated among the Wandor. A little bit less. Solar flare destroys a large Wandorian extraplanetary city in the Kepler system. And we find a development event of power. The militaries of the Kepler system start to use huge walking machines equipped with massive firepower and piloted by highly trained Wandor. Those impressive juggernauts could dominate the future battlefields of the civilization. Some things you can't fight. Acts of God. You see a hurricane coming, you have to get out of the way. But when you're in a Jaeger, suddenly you can fight the hurricane. You can win. Pacific Rim. American action movie. Putting a lot of weapons on top of an ineffective movement system like giant metal legs was not the best idea. Field tests show that the huge mecha vehicles are not useful in battle at all. The terrain flexibility combined with massive firepower makes the giant mecha units a very important addition to the armies of the Wandor. The Wandor just love those mecha warriors. They optimize their weapon and movement systems to perfection, and soon every regular military vehicle is replaced by a titanic walking juggernaut. That's cool! I don't think it's our cousin's style, though. But also, I don't want to spend the little synthesis I still have. Oh, it just increased it by 1%. Boo-hoo. Dumb. Seismic activity. Parasitic species develops symbiosis with a major life form on Tau Ceti. Freak mutation. Unusual life form of Wormwood Prime. That's such a weird naming convention. Like, it seems like you took Wormwood, which sounds like a fantasy thing, Although for all I know, it's probably some kind of real plant or herb or shrub or something. And then put prime for the planet. You know, just kind of taking fantasy sci-fi, which is normally really cool, but you're kind of like smashing them against each other saying, "Now kiss!" And it's kind of awkward. Anyway. How are the settlers doing? They're doing okay. The robocracies of the Space Cousins reach singularity. So many of our aliens are getting on the same page. Da, 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 da. That would be good. 2 more singularity societies for final tech. Tum-de-tum-de-tum. Bump up that science. Can we defend ourselves from malignant synthetic life forms created by alien species? I mean, theoretically, hypothetically, you might not have to wait for other aliens to do that. The craft ship! Transporter destruction! One of the gravitational reactors of the craft ship has gone critical. A detonation could completely destroy the transporter and all car on board. The only thing that is more dangerous than our enemies is the rotten reactor of this ancient ship. How many nearly fatal accidents can we survive on this endless journey? Sergeant Kawowo, Digital Tide A302, Inside Invasion Pod Gamma 502. Oh boy. The gravitational reactor overheats and an explosion damages significant parts of the car craft ship. Most of the Outcast crew die before the remainder are able to fix the transporter. Can't afford the close call, where quantum technicians of the craft ship fixes the problem in the nick of time. Complete destruction. Before anybody can intervene, the gravitational reactor explodes, and the craft ship and its Outcast crew are annihilated. Bye-bye gravity. Yeah, let's maybe at least try to survive. It doesn't seem like there will be any loss of resources. It'll just be a critical, like, degrowth. Which there was already a little bit of degrowth. Joy. Eek! One of the gravitational reactors, the craft ship was irreparable after a deadly accident wiped out most of the crew. The surviving car worked to keep the ship from falling apart to avoid the fate of the rest. On the plus side, 4,022 years worth of resources. Let's continue with harm reduction. AI commandos of the craft ship are reassigned to non-military positions. Get a bit more growth. Wild card. Consumes significant energy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Reactor accident aftermath reduces the numbers of the car Outcast crew. No! Will we reach our destination safely? Things are looking pretty tight right now. The settler spheres. Growth. Interplanetary space travel in the Boyajian star system became so common that entire settler communities start to live their lives on spaceships, traversing from Boyajian Prime to the outer limits of the Oort cloud and back. They spend years in deep space and visit space habitats every now and then to exchange off-star assets and antimatters. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. Lao Tzu, Chinese philosopher, and the creator of what we know as Taoism. The interplanetary nomads quickly run out of antimatters and have to either abandon their restless lifestyle or turn to piracy. A new decentralized sphere is formed, consisting only of bold space travelers who traverse the Boyajian star system. The established conductors of the settler planets observe this development with curiosity and caution. Countless settlers join the nomadic transporter fleets and enjoy a life without planetary roots. Their flexibility and adaptivity quickly turn the many interplanetary flotillas into a major player in the star system. And I'm good with regular. Let's go with regular. Outcast spheres, demobilize many settler exosuit soldiers. Someday. More resources. Doesn't delay too much. Doesn't delay too much of the harm. Degrowth might help, though. Just for a bit. Perhaps alien civilizations exist in deep space, far from any star system. Hey, look! Signals from space! Gliza is receiving signals from another star. A unique car show on the largest subspace entertainment channel regularly pulls fragments from galaxy background noise and presents it to tech-savvy audience members to interpret if they are of alien origin or not. After a lot of weird theories, with synthetics reenacting the imagined aliens, all are debunked as fake. Until the propaganda broadcast from the Wandorian civilization arrives at Gliza. My sources on the inside got me a picture of the aliens from that message they sent. Check them out! Ew! What is that weird stuff on their head, and why are their eyes so small and they look so squishy? These humans are so gross! Blue Prisma, Hagonian subspace streamer, relativistic tact Omega 55201, Orion Nebula. You're really lucky, y'all are really lucky, that you clarified that you were talking about humans. If you're insulting my space cousins, ho boy. Alright. Everybody is enthusiastic as the entire Gliza system watches the season finale live. Popular antimatter specialists analyze the propaganda broadcast and synthetics reenact the Wandorian civilization. The Subspace channel is a bit flexible with the truth, so everybody thinks the whole Wandorian civilization is a big hoax and boycotts the show. The channel is suspended and the propaganda broadcast program is cancelled. To gain viewers, the Subspace streamers depict the Wandorian aliens as much more gruesome than they are. The propaganda broadcast makes every car fearful and solar dreadnoughts are demanded to combat the alien threat. Nah. We need the frogs and the cars to be friends. The biggest entertainment show was named after the propaganda broadcast and is about synthetics reenacting the lives of the Wandorian civilization based on facts gleaned about them from their transmission. Maybe the frogs can drive the cars. Are we living in a computer simulation? Yes! The car established a new sphere. Meanwhile, with space cousins, depopulation. Smart buildings in the orbital habitats have provided generations of Wandor with efficient and comfortable housing that could be adapted on the fly by a centralized AI. Recently, core systems have deteriorated and gone haywire, making this smart architecture into a death trap. Our organic creators started small. They created automated rooms that provided them with sustenance, and an entire smart buildings that restructure themselves while inhabited by sentient organic life forms. But they miscalculated the network effect, and scaled these systems up to a city level. After the first million biolives were ended to make room for more network infrastructure, our creators seized with panic. The Spectrum Spiral Sentient Processing Cloud Fummelhout System. The broken smart buildings are deactivated and demolished in the Wandorian orbital habitats. Underprivileged inhabitants of the Kepler system still live in the ruins of the failed smart cities. A new centralized artificial intelligence capable of restructuring the malevolent software and structural issues of the smart cities is created by the Wandorian robotic programmers, making them safe again. And buggy AI corrupted the entire Kepler system's smart building network over generations. Unable to deactivate it, the Wandor had to get used to the horrific reality of being murdered by their own homes. Me and my killer AI living together. I'm really sorry to say, but we do need synthesis, and growth is looking alright. I think they can take the hit. I believe in my Froggy space cousins. Ooh, click. Malevolent smart buildings frequently murdered their Wandorian inhabitants on a regular basis. The core network was corrupted over many generations and could not be deactivated without triggering a system-wide catastrophe. Eek. An entire generation of beloved science bots is decommissioned in the Kepler system in favor of more efficient models. Alien technology will one day be sufficient to make contact with the Kepler system. Apparently that was a second alarm for the meds, just to kind of work as a reminder in case the first alarm wasn't enough. Me! Me! What about me? Go get your sister and tell her she needs her meds. I don't know where she went specifically. She's just kind of wandering around as far as I know. Shoot. Oh no. Oh no, what do I do? What? You know, you got an idea? Lay it on me. Quick. She must have left a portal in your tummy to contact her. Take the pills and it will be, magically be sent to her. That sounds genius. I could trust my big sister to be that creative. Unfortunately, I think the meds I did a thing with earlier, I know where they are, but never mind. Never mind. I will take care of it after stream. Anyway, we're inching closer to final finale. Wormwood doing things. Parasitic species. New tech age. Supraliminality. Come on, come on. We're almost there. After stream stealth care, let's go. Hashtag body massages from killer AI houses. They know just where to hit you. I gotta find a way to say that to Izzy. That's hilarious. Well, then again, she taught me through the memory stuff how to upload VODs. She could probably watch the VOD. Yeah. Okay. Write it on paper and eat it, then it'll be sent to her. Got it. Yeah, wisdom, obviously. Her Twitter is a great space to write things down. She told me not to be too carried away with her Twitter account. That might be okay, though. Establish a new robocracy. We only need one more super tech society, and we'll win the game. And before Twitter becomes Gwen's cookbook where she writes down messages to eat and send it. I mean, to be real, I'm honestly a little tempted. Car complexity analysts establish new resource management methods. Craft ship. Injustice. Quantum computers almost completely run the daily life of the Outcast crew. Random canon is the best. These machines were once created by car scientists, and their frequently malicious instructions are full of biases from the Society of Gliese. You are in error. No one is screaming. Thank you for your cooperation. Paranoia, human role-playing game. I wonder if one day I might check that out sometime in the future. That sounds like an interesting time. The computer officers refuse to touch any systems, even if the cumulative effects are horrible for the Outcast crew. The Fringe Captain allows the instructions of the quantum computer systems by the book, causing massive harm to the Outcast crew. The quantum computers learn to become more cruel as a result. And the crew counselors of the refitted transporter work with the quantum computer programmers to remove harmful behavior from the systems. Maybe let's stick with regular. 40 synthesis is pricey. Outcast crew perpetually suffered under the instructions of the quantum computers, which were riddled with harmful commands programmed by the Gliese Society. Cybermax strikes again from the ashes. From the grave. Ta-da! Destination reached. Arrived at the Vex system. When the craft ship arrives at Vexus, they are shocked to find countless ruins of the dead Demanes. The car are unsettled, but there doesn't seem to be any danger. One leader proposes that they begin the Outcast colony among the remains of what appears to be an old city. The infrastructure is still largely usable, and using it would save much time and effort. It is a brood parasite, which means it lays eggs in the nests of other bird species. Common cuckoo, Wikipedia article, 21st century. We made it alive! We're alive! The ruins prove to be hazardous, consisting of a material that is toxic to car physiology. The site is soon abandoned, and cities are constructed elsewhere. The car used the materials of the ruins extensively to make their base. Unfortunately, one of the crumbling structures collapses on the Outcast colony's core reactor, triggering a massive explosion. Yeah, nah. The site of the alien city is perfect, and large parts of the ruins can be harvested for valuable resources. The car colony develops fast on Vexus. We gotta spend. Spend money to make money. The Demanes fought one definitive bloody war after Wood Wars exhausted all the available. That's old. The car began to make the Vex system their home. Can we build a thriving civilization here in the Vex system? The car ruin base. Oh, here. Signals from space. What do you know? It's receiving signals from another star. The Kar and base are picking up a transmission that did not originate from Gliza C, their home planet. The leaders of the Kar must decide whether they should spread the radio test signal from the Esh civilization among their colonial scientists or mobilize the colonial soldiers of the outcast colony. Most civilizations, perhaps, look shinier in general terms and from several light years away. The Telling by Ursula K. Le Guin, American sci-fi author. We stan Ursula. Fearing that the radio test signal will destabilize the outcast colony, the leaders decide that they should delete all data traces of the Esh civilization's existence. Just like the Esh themselves. The colonial soldiers of the outcast colony are mobilized, and the production of exploration vehicles receives top priority, in case the Esh also want to colonize the Vex system. Well, that's a game that we've already won. The leaders of the Kar decide that the content of the radio test signal should be widely spread among the colonial scientists. Cha-ching! Kar colonial soldiers were in instant alert and prepared for a potential invasion of the Esh. The leaders of the outcast colony decided on this course of action after receiving the radio test signal. Okay, new tech. New tech. Come on. Utopia. Sure, fine. Several volumes of the colonization of Vexus. Establish a new faction. Settler spheres. Building spaceships! Antimatter specialists have developed a translite engine that allows ships to enter a hyper-compressed multidimensional space separate from our own reality called slipspace. The stress of entering and exiting is so excessive that only gargantuan ships can make the jump. I don't really understand slipspace or how any of it works, but if you do get a chance to travel on the new cruisers, you gotta try the buffet. Best spread in the galaxy. Blue Prisma. It takes decades to construct a liner that can take the stress of entering slipspace. The ship starts its journey towards the Rigel system. Settlers master slipspace. With the construction of a giant gate pointing towards the Rigel system, it's possible to safely send large numbers of vessels on their journey. OMG, food over the marvel of space travel. Wow. The Slipstream liner's test flight ends in it being instantly crushed to the size of a grain of sand. Yeah, no, let's do it for funsies. Oh, look at that. Look at that long boy. It looks vaguely familiar. The Settler Slipspace liner begins its journey from Gliza to the Rigel system. Wait. This isn't Gliza? This is... You're confused. This is a Voyagian star system. Oh, look how fast it's going. Okay, we need to stop the growth. Reduce harm potential. So close. We're so close to the end of the game. Asteroid showers, sure, whatever. New plant species, sure, whatever. Slipspace liner. Settler knowledge. The Outcast crew makes periodical entries about their daily routine and their mission into the Lightspeed Transporter's hypercomputer systems. Some officers start sharing their log entries with other members of the Outcast crew. A curious audience forms, discussing the operations and scientific findings of the Settler Slipspace liner. These men do not want a happy ship. They are deeply sick and try to compensate by making me feel miserable. Last week was my birthday. Nobody even said happy birthday to me. Someday this tape will be played, and then they'll feel sorry. We almost became space frogs. Video diary entry in Dark Star, American science fiction film. $2.2 trillion resource storage. And yet it takes only 3.4 billion car to extinguish it in just barely over a century. What the hell? The live stream. The interactive logs are abused for entertainment and settler drama. Discussions about the sex life of the transporter's fringe captain, old entertainment media from Gliese Sea, and that weird smell in the lower living quarters dilute any scientific merit of the streams. I feel like that would be the most realistic option. The live streams are often derailed by uninitiated members of the Outcast crew who insist on sharing their ideas, but through constant hypercomputer analysis, the antimatter specialists of the settler's slipspace liner can still extract valuable ideas from the interactive logs that they would otherwise be missed. A constant, playful discussion between antimatter specialists and regular members of the Outcast crew on the hypercomputer streams invigorate the spirit of research of all settlers on board the slipspace liner. Yeah, let's fucking tech boom. Even further than superluminality. Harm reduction, please. This journey may be the noblest settler endeavor of all time. Come on! One more society! Development event. Paradigm shift. The wealthy on Gliese Sea have become effectively immortal by using their immense riches to purchase advanced cybernetics, clone body swaps, and cerebral backups. With lifetimes of assets and a network of elites maintaining the status quo, it has become almost impossible for Card in the lower classes to catch up. Ill fares the land to hastening ills of prey, where wealth accumulates and men decay. Oliver Goldsmith, Irish poet, 18th century CE. The Immortals need a lot of workers to keep up their lifestyle, so they encourage population growth programs and build vast entertainment centers to distract the masses. A dystopian two-class society is formed on Gliese Sea as the deathless elite hoard wealth and write laws that favor only the wealthy. The rest of the car live on the Immortals' scraps. And a social movement spreads among the car that eventually manages to guilt the wealthy into using their vast resources to improve society. You can't afford that. It's gonna be a hecking growth boom and a huge hit to resources. But I think that's the best option. Disruption rifles, tech, hypercomputers becomes a dominant form of verbal communication. Yep. What horrors might we awaken if we play with the fabric of space-time? I don't know. I'm just a little frog playing a game in front of lily pals. My sister's lily pals. They're not even mine. But I enjoy them anyway. Okay, space cousins. Building spaceships. Discussing the need for a flexible interstellar defense force that can operate for far beyond the Kepler system. It might be necessary to establish permanent bases, many light years away, and military conductors pick Rigel as the best candidate. This channel is sponsored by the Serious Defense Forces. Enlist now and gain Ultra Prima status on our channel for the rest of your life. Wandorian Robocracy spits out a fleet of military jump ships with a mixed crew of exosuit soldiers, robotic specialists, meta-analysts, and complexity analysts. They head towards the Rigel system with the goal to be able to establish multiple interstellar defense positions that can also work as sustainable colonies. The defense force was never funded because a military fleet that big would have to establish its own mobile robocracy and completely disconnect from the Kepler system. This would risk their robotic captains deciding to reverse course and invade their home system instead. That is a fair argument. Charismatic military conductors managed to convince that the Rigel is absolutely vital for survival of the Wandorian robocracies, and maybe even the entire Wandorian species. This results in a gigantic jump fleet, filled with a myriad of conscripts. I mean, it seems like the population is doing pretty dang well for itself. But also, Robotocracy definitely never had our homes try to kill us. We need more FTL societies to beat the game. To win. Oh damn, those ships look fucking baller. The Wandorian defense vessel begins its journey from Kepler to the Rigel system. Look at the little space uniforms and the little cosmonaut bubble. It's cute. They always give us the cutest outfits because we're the most deserving. Serious disputes arise. So the crew develop a new dialect for their native language. Settler spheres are dealing with a resource crisis. Antimatter sources are becoming scarce in the Boyagian star system. The effects of outcast consumption brought the settler civilization to a breaking point. While they are dealing with the resource scarcity, will the spheres find ways to prevent the complete exhaustion of their environment, or will they turn against each other? Man, we're so close! Okay, we can afford precaution. Settler spheres prepare for a future without antimatter. Will their conductors preserve the environment of Boyagian Star, or deny their people access to essential resources? 36% chance for decline. And then regular provides 39% chance of hostilities. Scarcity causes discord and competition. Knowledge diminishes while the spheres of Boyagian Star compete for dwindling resources. Settlers pick up their disruption rifles and fight over access to the remaining antimatter sources. Solar dreadnoughts destroy entire space habitats in the so-called antimatter wars. Precaution. Let's go. Conservation! Yay! To counter the scarcity of antimatter sources, the complexity analysts of the settlers are taking control of their spheres. Will they be able to create societies better equipped to deal with outcast consumption? Saving our planet, lifting people out of poverty, advancing economic growth, these are one and the same fight. Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the United Nations. Wait, Ban Ki-moon? The authority of the complexity analysts is not recognized during the scarcity crisis, and they fail to have any noteworthy influence over the settler spheres. One sphere finds new ways to preserve the environment of Boyagian Star without bringing harm to the settlers, but other conductors continue the old ways of outcast consumption. And then the new conductors of the settler spheres encourage a new generation of complexity analysts and meta-analysts to prepare their people as best as they can for a troublesome future. This is by far the optimal option. Antimatter became scarce. During the settler superliminal age, most conductors continued their dangerous resource consumption, but one sphere found new ways to preserve their environment and maintain their population. A genius hollow weaver creates a heartbreaking work memorializing a lost deep space collective. French colonists establish a new sphere. God, we need something to boost up the resource meter. Defense vessel. Wandorian power. Concerned about possible hostilities at the end of their long journey, the robotic officers, the Wandorian defense vessel, declare that the fleet must prepare for battle. They set out a plan for regular drills in military formation, as well as running elaborate war games to make sure the fleet's robotic officers are ready for any situation. I remember that movie. There was something heartbreakingly beautiful about the lights of distant ships, I thought. It was something that touched both on human achievement and the vastness against which those achievements seemed so frail. It was the same thing whether the lights belonged to a caravel battling the swell on a stormy horizon, or a diamond-hulled starship which had just sliced its way through interstellar space. Gotham City by Alistair Reynolds. Although only minimal deviations from the planned course are allowed, the maneuvers improve coordination between military officers and provide valuable stress testing of ship hypercomputers. Constant drills are put into place, and soon the Wandorian defense vessel becomes a well-oiled military machine. The fleet's robotic captains learn to fly in beautiful and deadly patterns as they train for every scenario. Fleet logistics analysts veto the plan after running the numbers. The energy demands of such military training would cost far too many resources to justify the costs. Yeah. Let's do that one. Military short-sightedness. Their proposed plan to regularly practice tactical maneuvers en route would have used up all fuel before reaching their destination. Fortunately, the plan was not enacted. God, can we hurry? Displacement of ocean currents affects weather systems on Earth. We've heard scarce little of Sol and planet Earth. In fact, we've heard nothing at all. In Sol, a storm the size of Earth forms over a gas giant, Jupiter. That's right. Car Ruin Base. A great war threatens Vex. Unfamiliar chemicals in the environment cause strange mutations in the car of one colonial base. The mutants are hardier and seem better adapted to the alien planet, but their horrifying appearance sparks hate and fear in the other fringe colonists. Whatever comes, I and mine will not go like lambs to the slaughter, but like tigers. Magneto from X-Men comic book series. Appearance is irrelevant to survival. Exactly. Studying the mutants' genetics allow colonial scientists to reverse the worst effects of mutation while keeping many of the benefits. The mutants are shunned and forced into unpleasant work that other Car do not want. Furious at this injustice, the mutants rebel against the colony's leaders. The usage of death rays during this war will wipe out the entire Car population. Seen as impure by the normal colonists, a systematic genocide program is instituted against the mutants. The survivors flee to the wilds and begin a highly effective guerrilla campaign. Destroys all Car and the entire environment. Yeah, no thanks. We need to keep you around. Please. Okay. They managed to not only reverse the unwanted effects, but also to preserve some of the more useful adaptations they had triggered. Destination reached! For the defense vessel at the Rigel system! Long dead Esh civilization. Soon rumors begin to circulate among the defense vessel that the destroyed robot factories contain great riches, and the robotic captains of the individual ships begin a risky race to be the first to reach the planet. Forget any ideas you've got about lost cities, exotic travel, and digging up the world. We do not follow maps to buried treasure, and X never, ever marks the spot. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Let's fucking go. The treasures turn out to be priceless. Bickering and sabotage break out, with various factions hoping to claim them. Eventually, one saboteur group accidentally detonates the main reactor, dooming the colony. The Ash treasure turns out to be not so valuable after all. The Wandorian space vessel moves on from their obsession and concentrates on building settlement on Rigel 7. Froggo's new spacesuit, I see. Yeah, it's great. I love the little bubble. Froggos love bubbles. Those first to arrive on Rigel 7 hoard the treasure greedily, refusing to share with the rest of the Wandorian defense vessel. The latecomers are turned away to try their luck on another star system. A fleet split? Huh. Yeah, no, full deployment. Let's go. Wandora begin to make the Rigel system their home. Colonies cannot reach final technology. What? Wandorian colonists build an astonishing monument on Rigel 7. Car ruin base, new technological age. When the Car Fringe colonists develop faster than light jump gate technology, it is clear that the old theoretical boundaries of science have broken. Soon they begin to make one groundbreaking discovery after another, from the harvesting of black holes to the creation of entirely new animal species. Light thinks it travels faster than anything, but it is wrong. No matter how fast light travels, it finds the darkness has always got there first, and is waiting for it. Terry Pratchett, British writer. Holy shit. That's fucking cool. Like, my mind goes boom. Not enough population to reach final tech? Wary of alien settlers like themselves, Car build antimatter weapons, deploy colonial soldiers. No. Enough wasting time! I'm going to skip over much reading at this point. A lot of it we've already read anyway. Paradigm shift in Rigel. Within a generation, the colonists become one with the icy environment of their new home and can't imagine living anywhere but on this frozen ice ball. People don't notice whether it's winter or summer when they're happy. Anton Chekhov, Russian playwright. The creator of the trope Chekhov's gun. Wandorian colonial soldiers use their disruption rifles to rid the planet of its last snow beast. To celebrate these conquerors, the people of the ice planet name themselves the Keplerians. Very uncreative. Cultural expansion. Parts of the defense vessel can't afford a cent. Let's get with the points. Final technology, 10%. Okay, let's go. Let's fucking go. We gotta scurry. Come on, 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 come on. So close. Slip space liner. Settler growth. Starships cannot reach vital technology. Medical treatments were developed to improve the health of the outcast crew, relieve the pain of some sick settlers, but the specialists could not lower the mortality rate at all. Exceed all expectations, they were able to ensure that everyone with settlers... Okay, yeah, no, not with such a resource scarcity impending. Sorry. Gulp. So close! Come on! Ah, resource crisis, here we go. Da 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 da. Let's go. I know it's the car, but there's still plenty of car in the galaxy. Like, we gotta fucking go. Close to 100. Synthesis again. Car spheres! Extinction! Collapsing the hyperspace composition of a large area. If activated, every life form within the zone, including every car in the Cletus system, would be destroyed. No one yet knows about the device, but it would be absolutely catastrophic for the car if activated. A wave function is a description of a probability, and a probability is a statement of ignorance. Ignorance is not a physical object, and neither is a wave function. When new knowledge displaces ignorance, the wave function does not collapse, it merely becomes irrelevant. Freeman Dyson, American futurist. Uh... The population can take a hit, but it's getting real tough. Yeah. Not extinction. That would, yeah. That is not optimal. But okay. Yeah, we could take the hit. Because obviously, like, population apparently matters in terms of tech progression. Getting dicey. Wait, what? Uh, 102. Final technology, it's making progress. We gotta believe. Meanwhile, with the space cousins, reduction. Microfluctuations. Space-time known as quantum foam. Their robotic specialists have now created technology that can utilize these small changes to generate energy, essentially making it possible for matter itself to provide power by simply existing. I'm trying to awake the energy contained in the air. These are the main sources of energy. What is considered as empty space is just a manifestation of matter that is not awakened. Nikola Tesla, Serbian inventor. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Like, not even a question. Unique experimental science module is tragically destroyed. Let's go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Keplerian factions resource crisis. Oh joy. Rigel is out of resources. Gotta regress, I guess. But we can take the chance. Regression. Planetary resource fields, Keplerians manage the impossible by keeping their society alive without turning to violence. They abandon their exploration vehicles in colonial laboratories. Yep. Embracing stagnation, rejecting exponential growth. The cornerstones of galactic unity were laid by societies who nearly lost everything and then banded together to form a better world without greed. Shaman, transgalactic citizen. We do know that regression has led to our greatest successes. It's true! Okay. This is our space cousins. We can... Synthesis is no object. Slipspace liner, destination reached. The settler slipspace liner made contact with the Keplerian factions. After numerous years of travel, the settler slipspace liner has finally arrived at its destination, but the Rigel system is inhabited by the Keplerian factions. What is going to happen when the settlers make contact with the Keplerians? Oh dear. Maybe I shouldn't have splurged all the way. Let's try observation. Yay! Observing the Keplerian factions. The settlers observe the Keplerians from a safe distance and evaluate whether or not to reveal themselves before they continue their journey. And crawling on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space and meaning. The Criminologist Rocky Horror Picture Show. Many years the settlers study the Society of Rigel 7, and after collecting a massive amount of data, they abandon the Keplerians, leaving no trace. Mutual enlightenment. Too bad. Secret research. Okay. Where are they headed now? Settler spheres. When will it end? Enlightenment. Circumvent fundamental laws of physics again and again. They develop a new sense of possibility about their own future. After all, if they are able to change the very fabric of the universe, then how hard could it be to change our own society? The sense of possibility could be defined outright as the ability to conceive of everything that there might be just as well, and to attach no more importance to what is than to what is not. The Man Without Qualities by Robert Musil, Austrian writer. It will end when it's needed to end, whenever that is. I feel the fatigue and the hunger. And my little froggy mouth is getting a bit dry narrating all this stuff. Small snack break? Honestly, if things keep going so sluggish, I think I might actually just end stream here. And the next time I play the game, or if Issy comes back in time to play the game again, yeah, it's really late. We can finish up this game in whatever other stream, and then maybe some bonus content. If there's, like, if it wraps up too soon, maybe? Okay. Let's see. Is there any way to save Is it just autosaves? Maybe if I pick an option real quick. And then... And thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Screw it. I want to be done. I know. No save option, no manual save. But it's close enough, I think. Anyway, Lily Pals. Ah! Not there just yet. Ah. So much. It's so much. Thank you, it's my favorite dress. It's all nice and flowy, and it's perfect size. Izzy actually picked it out for me. She picked me up some months ago. Alright, I have no major announcements other than, obviously I'm probably gonna be streaming the next stream whenever that is, possibly next Friday. Izzy told me that Mondays and Fridays are usually the best time. Good night, Jay! I bet you're really sleepy. Okay, no major announcements. I don't know what I'm gonna do for next stream. But yeah, again, it's so good to meet you all, Lily Pals. And thank you everybody tonight for supporting me and chatting with me. Yeah, it makes me super glad. Very sleepy. Night, night, night. Night, night, Jay. Here. Now! You get hug. Good night hug. Yeah. Very fun streaming. I'm super sleepy too. I'm glad. So apparently the next order of business is to do a raid. You know, if anybody just wants to stick around a little bit longer for that. Here are the raid messages. Oh dang, I bet whoever we're gonna raid is gonna assume I'm Issy. Yeah, Issy taught me everything I needed to know. Very, very succinctly, simply, easy to understand, with also a slight tint of magic. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna be too picky for who to raid. I'll have to assume Izzy's identity for the sake of raids. Nobody tell them. Nobody tell them I'm not actually Izzy. Okay? Deal? Okay. Let's raid this Hexed Moon person who's playing inside the back rooms. I'm wondering how you'd handle the raid situation. I think this will be fair enough. A little fib won't hurt. Okay, we are raiding Hexed Moon. We won't keep your secret. Thank you. Thank you. Secret sister impersonation. Yes, we are mischievous little frogs and lily pals. Alright, thank you everybody for seeing me in my very first stream. I will see you next time. Maybe Friday? Maybe the weekend? I don't know. And I don't know what I'll get up to. But, nevertheless, big froggy hugs for all the lily pals. Okay, let's go raid Hexed Moon. What does he say at the end of stream again? Oh yeah, Swimmy!